to TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. We got a special guest here for you guys. You know, they call him Jason, a.k.a. Welcome Down, Welcome Down. So, you know, how you doing today, man? It's a pleasure to have you and introduce to the people, you know, who you are.
Thank you for having me. Welcome Down Lodge. You know, started Gloves Up, Guns Down in 2019. And ever since then, been climbing the ladder from Gilly to celebrity boxing. And now I'm actually doing stuff in my community. So,
now, can you explain for the viewers, Gloves Up, Guns Down? You know, what's that whole initiative about?
All right. So in 2019, for real, I made it by an accident. 2019, No Gun Zone used to always come to my block. I'm shooting dice, gambling, like doing all the wrong stuff, gun on my hip and everything. And he used to tell me, like, around the neighborhood, everybody listen to you. Like, won't you convert over? And I used to be like, oh, I don't want to hear that corny shit. Like, you feel me? Like, bro, get out of my face. Bro, No Gun Zone really came down talking about every day, sit on the corner with me type of just keep preaching. So one day I took the gloves that I had and was just going around trying to box people. You know, in Philly, we stopped boxing and everybody picked up a gun. So that was that's like my basketball, just picking the gloves up and going down fighting. So I actually went down like 46 of Woodland. And I was looking for my homie Fudgy and somebody, and instead I end up seeing somebody named Wayne Fletcher. He got Guns Down, Gloves Up. I end up boxing him, but like I said, I was drunk, I was high, I did all this stuff for the wrong reason. It ended up going on Philly Scoop Hall. So instead of me just looking like I went viral, everybody like, what you gonna keep doing? I argue with all the comments. So everybody who said I couldn't rumble, if it was 2,000 people, I comment on 1,099 people tell them I'm pulling up, and that's eventually what I started doing. I started going to different blocks, taking the gloves to the blocks, boxing people. But then Ramadan came I started like May 6th. Around this time, Ramadan came, so I couldn't really keep boxing. So what I did was No Gun Zone posted, I hashtag Gloves Up, Guns Down. No Gun Zone took it and then reposted. And once I started getting like attention, everybody tracking me and everybody following me, I told them since Ramadan, they going to have to box each other. So I started getting people that said they wanted to be in it, and then we just started going to parks. And as us doing that, it got bigger and bigger. In 4 days, Meek Mills would shout me out. Gilly shot us out. Next thing you know, it just ended up being a movement. 2019.
So was it anybody that really had a street beef that connected you about like, yo, I'm a decide to put these guns down, and we gonna put on these gloves, and we gonna settle our beef that way?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot. All right, so I believe I might be wrong. We had it at the Pit one night, and I think it was the Pit versus 46 in Market. They end up coming. They was on a live when we boxing. You know, they going back and forth. I tell them like, yo, it's all nothing but cops out here. When you seen it, it was the cops came to shut us down, but the cops told me they ain't shut us down because they never seen nobody with that much power have them three groups. It was 56 and I believe in Vine, the Pit, and them. They all boxing with gloves instead of guns. So the cops allow us to do it, and the young boys came down. I looked on No Gun Zone a year later. They ended up actually really squashing their beef. My old head son was in it. He used to watch it, and he said he got rolled on, and I ain't, like, you know, I don't know what's going on because I'm running around doing what I'm doing. But when we went to there, he was waiting until we went to that neighborhood. He ended up showing up with his little brothers and all of them, his cousins, and they ended up fighting the boys. They rolled on them, and as they fought them, like, after the match, the young boy came to me like, good looking, old head, because we thought we had to shoot each other, you know what I'm saying? They got that rumble, and they got to hug each other at the end, and they got past what they got past. We had a lot of people just calling in. If you was at work, I had people that knew I do that work that called in, like, they co-workers was going back and forth. They called and said, my man Mill, and we was about to take the gloves up to the gloves so they could fight. It was just, we had a lot of people calling in. We had a mom that didn't even want us to do it. She thought that people was gonna get killed behind it. Long story short, her son snuck out to one of the Gloves Up, Guns Down that we had down North Philly.
Yeah.
She ended up tapping back in like a week later, telling us like and she was going against her, saying that she said her son ended up fighting a bully that was bullying him, and they end up growing respect for each other. So now they walking to school. So it was like, bro, when I tell you it was a lot of people calling, it was a lot of people calling in.
Yeah, because I think that's a very important initiative, especially, you know, in our neighborhood, because people are scared to tap in and deal with the youth. And if everyone is scared, they handling their issues and their problems the best way they know how, with a limited experience on this earth. So the best thing they probably know how to do is clash out like gladiators. The tongue mightier than a sword might sound like some cowardly talk. You know what I mean? So it really needs somebody that been in the field and that's in the field to educate. Like, man, you want to wake up and get another day at this, and at the rate you going, like, you about to be going like yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we not saying don't beef. We ain't saying don't get it off your chest. All we saying is don't kill each other.
Right. But what I learned with the younger generations from me working in school, the job I do now, is a lot of them scared, and we don't got too many men really telling them how to resolve the issue. If you watching TV and movies and people shooting all day, and then the games you playing shooting all day, and then you go to your hood, people getting shot, how you think it look like fighting is corny. Mm-hmm. Where, like I said, the Gloves Up, Guns Down in 2019, it's called Gloves Up, Guns Down / Mugger Show. And what people notice with that is everybody was giving me backlash. The kids don't want to fight, but they really do. They really do. They just don't know how to channel their anger. We ain't make nothing cool. Every rapper you hear talking about, I kill this, I don't respect the shooter. Remember how we used to respect the shooter back in the day, and then the rappers switch it, I don't respect the shooter. I don't respect the person that got shot, I respect the shooter. Yeah. So we see it start turning around. So these young boys think that's cool from the old heads really putting that in. I grew up fighting. My era, you'll fight Southwest versus West, Southwest versus South Philly. I remember they used to come to the Elmwood, and we used to fight them with the trolleys. You know what I'm saying? Right. But nobody died. You used to get laugh and joke and come back. So what I was doing on the internet, it's not like I made it up. This was the old heads used to do it. And you know what was different? I see we had blocks back in the day. So if you do something, your parent could go to work and all that, and the drug dealers on the corner really was your babysitters. You know what I'm saying? So if I had a problem with another block, the old heads would come get us and walk us down the street to fight with the gloves. So all I did there was border back to this Instagram. Like,
no, that's real, man. That's real rap, man. I remember that a lot of times, man. I remember one time somebody tried to roll on my little brother. And I was way far from my set. I'm from, 24th Street. I'm all the way out 17th Street. Yeah. And then I was like, ain't nobody gonna roll on my little brother. Then the old heads from that block plopped, and I was like, ooh, they said, ooh, young boy said, ain't nobody gonna roll on his little brother. And they said, line it up. So like the old heads conducted the situation, whereas though, since I spoke up for the situation, they said, all right, well, we not gonna let y'all roll on. Y'all want to fight? Y'all tough? So let me see you fight them, one-on-one. And that's not really nothing that you would see on the block. The old heads would be quiet and just watch the young boys just do some nut stuff that's not building no real courage and integrity.
Right.
Because you only learning how to roll in the pack, when it come down to having your household, paying your bills, taking care of your family. That's not nothing you can do with your homies,
right,
and all that. You know what I mean? And I think that's why a lot of them don't even know how to be a man of a household.
And this too, though, you gotta look like back in the days, we had a lot of men presence. So, like I said, I hate to say it, but I always gotta let the people know. The dope boys on the corner, they was like our big brothers, the what's name. If your mom went to work, they made sure you was good. And ain't nobody was snatching the kid when they was there. You couldn't do nothing. You couldn't even break up on the car on the block because, they got a hair with it. You call the cops, they got a hair with it. So me going to school wasn't from no good people. It's from the drug dealers. If I sneak and try to cut, yo, your mom gonna be on this. Ooh, you gotta go back to school. They walk you back to school. You get in trouble, they take you back to school. Right. And then you gotta look at it too, a stepdad. Like, you got all the females talking about, I don't want no man to take care of my son, but I could come in there and sleep with you and live in your house. Back in the day, I couldn't tell if a dad or a stepdad was it. My uncle now that I still call my uncle, James, that's my uncle. That's my cousin, you know what I'm saying, dad's, because he played that role and it was so important. Like we had so many male figures, and we're going to say the right, wrong, or whatever, but they was there though. You know what I'm saying? We knew how to.
So do you think that's the reason why these young men not quick to fight? They quick to pick up the gun because they don't have, it's like even when you 4 or 5 years old, that older male in your house, he punching you in your leg, he hitting you with the bombs in your chest, he telling you to hold your hands up. When I swing, you dip to the left, you dip to the right, So with them being raised by, women, not to say that somebody mom not Clarissa Shields or something like that, but for the most part, they're not getting that training. They're not getting that tutelage. They just coming off an emotional state. I'm upset. I got to take you off this earth. I don't have no other idea how to resolve this situation.
No, you right. All our moms Carissa Shield. You mess with they baby, they coming out there. But like I tell people, just think about you coming home. I don't care, like you said in South Philly. You coming home. If a million people chasing you home and mama there, mama tie her hair out, get out, not my baby. We gonna fight.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, what my mom did, and I'm gonna keep it a bean. Yo, yeah, I ran in the house. I'm getting chased home from BB Comedies or whatever. Get to the crib, cause I live Southwest, so I did some drill out there, Greenway Gorillas and all that type of stuff. So I'm runs in the crib. My mom said, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, people chasing me. There's all these people chasing me." My mom boop boop bop cat me up. It's like, "Yeah, well, you gonna go outside?" I'm like, "Go outside to do what? Like fight?" I'm looking at like, then I just tell you it was people chasing me. Like, bro, they gonna be chasing you every day, and I ain't going. You better get out there. So I say, "Yo, they bigger than me," and she says, "Man, you better pick up a rock and hit them with a rock," and that's what I did. And mom, that got me stabbed that day, but it's all good.
I'm glad you just said that though, because you just proved my point though. So your mom is going to teach you to go out there and fight no matter what. If it's somebody big, grab a rock. Don't turn around. You better not come in here. If there's a million people out there, we going out there and we gonna fight all of them. Your dad don't teach you. That's moving out of emotion. Your dad tell you if he too big, you better find a different way. You feel me? You better not get suspended. You better not get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? He teach you how to move, but just not our emotion. Like, we not going right back out and say, "Oh, we won't." No, we ain't. The dad ain't jumping in no fight, going out there and no, you won't get them back. You better get them back. But you better not get in trouble behind it. So it teach you not to move out of emotions. Like you said, a mother, they do their jobs. We can't blame the mother. But if somebody don't like your shoes, nowadays they hate her. If you come to me like, "Bro, you like my shoes?" I say no, you gonna be like, "Yo, you a hater." Like, why can't I just don't like it? You feel what I'm saying? We just too emotional because we was raised by a woman. Imagine your mom say something to you, you get mad and stomp up the steps and suck your teeth and all that. With your dad, he come here. Wah, wah, wah. Don't do that no more. Blah, 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 blah. He teach you how to. So a lot of us is emotional. Like a woman did they job. They doing their job to get us weird, but we just too emotional. We think out of emotion. You see a lot of men, they trying to get women back for, I don't know why. Like, I'm using a woman. I hear niggas like, "I use a woman." Like, what, bro? That ain't no what a man do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
No, real rap. You supposed to be a provider, hold the fort down. So, they swing back into boxing, name the top influential boxers that, inspired you, whether it's inside the ring, outside the ring, some of the financial endeavors that they made to financially liberate themselves and their family. Like, just give me top 5 boxers that inspired you.
All right, see, gotta go back in the day. I'm an old boxer. So all right, we're gonna say George Foreman, because when I tried to box, that's who they called me, Baby Foreman. You feel me? That's where I got my heart. They call me Baby Foreman. Muhammad Ali, the greatest. Roy Jones, you know what I'm saying? That was one of my favorite. And then we coming down, what's that, 3, 4? I'm gonna go with Boots. Boots my man right now. Like, he putting on for Philly. Like, that's my man. And I listen to a lot of stuff he say, because even boxing, like he said, stop going for the knockout. Just go in there to have fun and all that. So that's mine right there.
And you gotta give us one more.
One more. Right now, who else would it be? One more. Joe Frazier. Damn.
Joe Frazier.
Joe
Yeah,
Frazier,
yeah,
I'd be
Philly,
disrespectful.
Yeah, Philly, yeah. Joe
I like
Frazier.
Philly fighters.
No, that's a good John. So, you know, your first fight, you know, I'ma say, you know, professionally, you know, rather if it was the Gilly or the celebrity boxing, you know, fighting, just that stage, that arena, you know, that crowd. Is one thing to fight on the streets with the gloves on and all like that, but to like actually be in an arena, you know, what was that, you know, feeling like for you, your first time, and what was your first time, and what was that feeling like?
I'm gonna say in a super big stage, yeah, it might be Gilly. The super big stage or celebrity boxing is one of them. It was Gilly, and it felt like I made it.
Yeah, I was there that day. I
felt like I made it, bro. Coming off the street, I ain't like when people ask me, they see me fight, I'm like, yo, the boxer, and I ain't really want to be a boxer. Like I did, but I didn't. I got a good family. My mom didn't want to. The brain damage, all that stuff. So me picking up the gloves, going around doing social media, me sitting there, it felt like I made it. All my friends did. A lot of them locked up. And what's the name? I finally got the paid to do something that I love doing, and everybody behind me, like, I wouldn't say fans, followers, whatever you want to call them, but they really hold me, like I said, I feel like boots. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it felt different walking around because now, like, I got a gun license and all that, and all the way through life we feel like we had to carry a gun, but now I get to respect that, like, yo, no, he can rumble type joint. Like, they'd rather rumble me than going to guns. I've been at schools where people about to argue and do something. They're like, oh, that's the boxing bull. A nigga would rather box me than pull a gun out. So like that, it felt like I made it. All my friends reposting and all that. If it was a good thing, like, bro, I thought I was gonna die in the streets. So for me, even stepping foot, it made me like, damn, I should have became a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. No, and it's still cool because you are, and everybody got they path. Like, you know, it's like, you know, my mom, she's a minister, pastor, and like all like whatever the top level of the situation is, you know, that's what she is. So they try to get me, cause you know I'm with the people, and I did a lot for, you know, children and adults. But I'll be like, you know, I'm a street prophet, man. I walk the streets with the, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? I'm ecclesiastic, you know what I mean, with my situation, you know what I mean? So you is, but everybody got their path, because while a lot of people is in the buildings and in the schools and in the gym, like, it's still a lot of people on the streets, and how do they get the message? How do they get the tutelage? You know what I mean? Some people don't even got cable to watch Gilly or celebrity boxing.
True.
They don't even got TV for that. But they can see you, and you get what I'm saying, or in the flesh, and you give them their game. You know what I mean. So your position is just as important. You know, it might not make you the next Muhammad Ali, but it's going to make somebody else the next Muhammad Ali.
And we keep talking about put these guns down. If you see my last fight, I fought somebody 6'4" that was cut like an action figure.
Yeah.
So like when I seen him, it made me smile to actually run him, win, lose or draw. I had to show these young boys. You know what everybody keeps saying, bro, that wasn't fair.
Yeah.
He was tall, he was in shape. Yes, it is. He is a man.
Yeah.
So it's not like people look at me as a boxer. And hopefully one day I could do it, but I ain't a boxer. I'm a man first. I got a son. I got a wife. Me and my wife argue. Man, sit down.
Yeah.
You think I can let another nigga on the street say talk to me? No. In their eyes, I'm the king. This is chess, not checkers.
Oh, right.
So I'm the king. So I showed them how to protect their king, is because at the end of the day, I'm gonna protect them at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, how I'm gonna argue with you and don't argue with this nigga? Like, I hate when people say to me, like, I'm going back and forth in comments. They be like, bro, you a boxer? No, I'm not. I'm a man. I don't care if it's Floyd Mayweather boots or what's the name. I'm still going, if they disrespect, I still gonna get up there. We still gonna fight, win, lose, or draw. I'll fight you 99 a million times. I won't even think about going on my waist. You know how many people I sock with a gun on my head? Like, no. I just try to show them that, bro, stand up for yourself, and it's not always taken alive, because if you take somebody alive, you might not feel this way tomorrow or a year later, or what's the name, and then you can't apologize. I learned that with what's that movie called with the Deuce, Menace to Society, when you're teaching his son JoJo.
Deuce,
like, bro, you can steal from him and come the next day and apologize or even make it better. But once you take his life, it's over. So that's what I try to put it on when I'm fighting. Young boy, stand up to a nigga. Don't think
And you know what I like about your last fight? Because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, you know, man, hopefully you do pull that George Foreman one on, yeah, boo, boy, you know what I'm saying, like that.
And now look, like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm still getting people. All right, my last Gilly fight, I won. This one I lost. People gave me way recognition losing to this fight than the last fight is because it was a better opponent. He was bigger, he was taller, and it was just showed him, bro. It's not really me boxing, it's just show, bro. Tie them boots up.
And that's ultimately, you know, what it's about. You know what I mean? Because the main thing people don't realize, nobody wants to lose, but within losing, if you focus, you learn how to win. Like, you know what I mean? I know every time I lost a fight, it's like, dang, man, next time, all right, I'm a skinny boy. Like, I'm keep getting caught up on trying to make people fight me. No, I'm grabbing you, I'm trying to flip you. I'm not going to sit there and let you jab my head up. So I'm like, all right, so the next time when somebody come first, I'm going to trip them first and cap them. And then when that fight happened, I didn't do it. I'm like, dang, man, I forgot. I knew they was going to, you know, grab me. So what I mean, and I'm trying to tell people I won that fight. And they like, nah, bro. Earl trash you. But I'm like, remember when I got up in the hands, yeah, all that was cute, but when he threw you in the ground and threw you to this desert, to that desert, yeah, that joke looked crazy. You know what I mean? So ultimately, you know, what I learned, shout out to my guy Earl, you know what I mean? Ultimately, what I learned is like how to win. What to do the next time when I'm thinking I'm about to just have a boxing match and like, no, that's not how everybody fight.
Right, yeah.
Everybody, so, you know, give me a time where a fight with you, you know, turned to a straight brawl where you thought you was about to box somebody, but it turned to some Alabama country former ram your head into this, I'll bite you in your arm, any.
All right, I got you. All right, look, I'm gonna just say the boxing because the only thing that really like they got me thinking, that's why you see me working out, was the last fight. Shout out to V Hustle, man. When I catch you again, I'm gonna stretch you, bro. You see this joint? It's on. We gonna rumble 99 times if that's what it's gonna be. But I never really rumbled nobody that tall. So when he, like, I'm not going to say he got a little power, but it was like his jab. Like, I'm trying to go in to go for the kill, and his jab is knocking me off balance. Like, he's so by the time I'm coming in and stumbling, another hit coming, bang. I'm like, dang, I never seen it. So I'm trying my best to get inside. But this was like this. I probably needed this fight before I even started doing Instagram, because I never rumbled nobody this linky. Everybody tell you, like, yo, just get inside and do the.
But when you get under the hood, it ain't that simple.
A long jab keep hitting you from miles away. You like, I gotta get under there. So this fight right now was like a real important for me. Like I said, like it taught me, like, bro, you can't just keep running in and up, because like I said, the reach is definitely a game, but it could be it can save you and it can fuck you up if you hit them far away. Like I say, Muhammad Ali, throw it off your back foot, then you great. But once a nigga get in there, is different. So this fight was like, I thought I was going boxing, bro. I was in a ring running from every opponent I had to learn how to like fight on the outside, and then he hit me. That shit went all out the window. It was like, we got a brawl again. So once I caught on the third round, you could see me start boxing again. But it was this one. This one was definitely growing up, I always won fights. I ain't trying to be cocky. We on the internet, because somebody gonna call me a liar. You know, I got all the fights.
No, right.
Yeah, no, I really won to every rumble, bro. Like, even like I was a nigga you used to have to roll on. I still came out victorious with those joints. So,
like, I would like consider myself as like a little Slim Reaper, because I was born in SP. Some things happened. I wound up living in Southwest with my mom. And then I moved back from Southwest to South Philly. Now, South Philly, they got like a different level of like busting and getting at you. You know, I was coming from a level of poverty. You understand what I'm saying? So, story shorter, you know, my first day at 4th grade, I got sent to school with a a jean jumper. I tried to be cool and throw it back, was like crunch cross, but I had some penny loafers on with some long socks. You hear me? So when I'm in there, you know, they like, damn, bro, what you a fun? What you a sharecropper, bro? What you know, they cooking me. So I just hit the lid like, somebody else say something else about my penny loafers, I'm gonna stomp them out. You get what I'm saying?
Kurt Franklin.
So short story short, I stomped them out. Shout out to my guy Royce, you know, that became my guy. And like you said, now, the reason why I'm saying this stuff, you know, and I'm telling y'all about fights I won and, you know, fights I lost. And at the end of the day, the people I fought, guess what? We became cool.
Yeah.
Like that really, and I'm like, Dad, that's my guy, that's my man. So I don't know what it is about that weird thing is like you do gain that like respect, like win, lose, or draw after you fight that man. It's like, it's okay. And it's weird. Like, Earl, you just tried to steal my yo-yo, bro, my spinning top, bro. That wasn't cool.
But you know why though? Because he thought you was sweet. So let me try to steal it. Will. Oh, he ain't sweet no more. If I win or lose a draw, he ain't sweet. I got respect for it. I know I can't do it with. I'm gonna go to the next one. You might could go with me to the next person. That's what I'm saying. So even look at boxers. They be hating each other into a face-off. They be going right up. But after they rumble, they got some type of respect. So like you just said, I went through Southwest versus West. I'm from West Philly, ride for Southwest. They never gonna let me live for this, but I'm the same way. My mom from Baltimore, my dad from Market, and they both from 52nd Street, so I got the best of both worlds. But once you rumble and you do whatever it is, most of all my friends I rumble. Like I'm like now I'm in the street. I'm from Penn. I work for Penn Community Violence, so I can give back to the neighborhoods I grew up in, and I work with a lot of niggas, kids I went to like war with. I'm talking about pull guns out, probably rob each other for it, but they be like, yo, he a real, if he doing his job, he a real, the cops say that joint now. So it built a level where we could laugh. Like, bro, I even came to people like, bro, I'm not even on what I used to do, bro, no, I see what you doing, I will follow you on what's the name, and they give you a pass, where there's some people that do this job, people don't respect them. Like they used to.
No, they don't respect them, you know, because when I first became in a mentorship, I didn't want to do it. I didn't accept the job, and my uncle was like, "Why you keep rejecting that job?" I'm like, "Man, cause I be frauding. Like I sold drugs. I did this. Like I'm not no mentor." And he was like, "No," he said, "You is, bro." He said, look at it like this, like you fed your brothers and sisters, right? You had to survive. He basically put it to me in a way like you wasn't being a butthole, like you had to get it, you survived. Sure. Did you do that now that you older and you can work? Basically putting to me like, you know, this is the age where my parents or whatever was, I guess, supposed to be taking care of me. And I had siblings under me and we wasn't doing too good in time. You know, parents had addictions and things of that nature. So I wasn't thinking about, you know, my circumstances of what led me to doing. I was just more thinking of what I did. So it's like now I can take that experience. So when I talk to that young man that's doing the same thing, he can't say, oh, you don't know what I feel, old head. You don't know what it's like. Your mom ain't this, your dad ain't. Yeah, young boy, not only I'm the client, I'm the president. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now I understand, and that's why I said that to you know, because you're right. You know, they're not going to respect certain people because they don't come from their walk. So what you going to tell me? Like you came in and you said, yeah, I had ramen. I don't know who you talking about. I'm thinking you talking about people rat. Oh, oodles and noodles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the disconnection.
Another thing, so even where I'm here, like in the position I'm in, I don't, like the young boys mess with me because I come from your cloth. Like I just got shot 5 years ago. So I understand why you got a gun on you to go. So when I'm talking to these other people, I'm in the room with Penn and I'm at these other organizations, Chicago, and I got to talk like I'm from them. Y'all can't come, like you just said, you can't come in and you could be from the neighborhood and still then go through the same shit the person, the corner boy went through. So you telling me to put down the gun, it's hard. It's hard for me to listen to you when you ain't getting nothing in 10 to 20 years. Yeah. You could go wherever you want in the city to get a cheesesteak or whatever, but I gotta carry the gun and get a hoagie from the corner store because I'm beefing with the nigga down the street. It's not realistic. But what I tell the young boys, I was there. I understand when getting a job at nighttime and niggas think you move. I'm going to different places on Instagram, posting pictures in Lansdale, PA, like I live out there in Downeytown, and you think in your head because you see me posting pictures, but the whole time I got a job at nighttime, I go to sleep in the daytime, I'm in the same house, so I could teach you how to go through that. But if somebody never been through it, what you gonna tell me if you never been shot at? What you gonna tell me if you never been hungry? You and your kid, your sisters, your brothers ain't hungry. I don't give a what you, excuse my language, but what you saying, I'm trying to feed, we trying to eat. Until you can start to eat and see it's the right way, that is the right way. It's no wrong way when you surviving. It's like, how you gonna tell me I'm wrong way? Oh, you gotta get a job, you gotta do this. I'm hungry now. I might not make it to the job. This ain't pursuit of happiness when I went to the job with no shirt on. I'm hungry now.
No, and that's definitely, important, because part of the also another thing that I told people in this line of work, like one way or another they gonna get they wreck, so if you're not providing like recreation for them, like opportunity now, food now, job stability now, shelter now, whereas though they can like use that energy they got, to do some type of rec, whether it's some job, labor, basketball, football, cricket, whatever. It's like you gotta give them a space of opportunity or rec, because they're gonna catch it anyway.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So when you shut down the recreation centers, when it's less power leagues, when they not investing into the neighborhood football teams and putting the lights up there and things of that nature, and then they say the kids is wild out here catching wreck, like what else is they gonna do?
Especially when you're regentrifying in the neighborhoods, it's like, because like now all the stuff, that free stuff that you talking about, it costs now because they put more money into it. Now the YMCA costs.
Yeah.
Now you go to these leagues, they cost. Like you never seen as many bike lanes and none of that stuff when we was growing up. You used to have to ride with the cars. They on Water Street.
And this now, not to interject, but it's funny you mentioned that. Like for all those that don't know, I'm responsible, for those bike lanes on the side of the street. It's a project I did with Overbrook. It was called Walk Safe PHL with Overbrook and Blankenburg. But the Bicycle Coalition had burnt us out our idea and out the kids. So it was something that was developed when one of my students from my after school program, Bernard Scott, got killed at Overbrook from a fight that happened over school, after school. My whole thing was, educating the kids on how to get to school back and forth safe. And then they said, well, how do you do it? And so as a person that went to Orton Reed and had to go through from 24th Street, cross the bridge, beef, 28th Street beef, dead end beef, Tasker Projects beef. So not only am I the client of walking back and forth the beef in neighborhoods and blocks, I did it for 4 years straight, So I had to tell them, like, look at the block. If you in the after school program, it get dark at 6 o'clock and you see that block and the lights off and they got the shoes, the wires over that block, more than likely they sell drugs on that block, and you go right there, they'll jam you.
Yeah.
So don't go through that block. So my whole thing was promoting awareness and safetyness, and they took it, all the information and data, and made bicycle lanes out of it. But it was supposed to be initially safe routes, and it was called safe corridors, where the police would take this route while the kids was going to school and back, and kind of escort them.
That's smart though.
Home and back and forth, but it turned to something different. My bad, I took over. When you said bicycle lanes,
No, that's good.
It triggered me, man.
People gonna watch this. They need to know this. You feel me? They might not watch the episode before. You probably did put this out there. Like, all this good because, like you said, we people from our environment. Like, look at y'all talking boxing to me, bro. That really was like my non-profiting thing. Just putting some gloves on to go rumble, and look where we making it to. So when people ask me about them Gillian Wallows, no, that's just a weirdness. No, I don't want to be a boxer. Just not yet. I'm thinking about it, but that's the weirdness. Put the guns down. If that's gonna get y'all attention, then that's what I'm gonna keep fighting. I'll fight Andre the Giant if that's gonna get y'all attention, you feel me? To put this information out, the bike lanes, and for them to know. Because a lot of stuff gets stolen.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. I had something called pink cancer, knockout cancer for kids when I was supposed to, I wanted to fight when I was younger for my first social media joint. I was going, every time I rumble for cancer. I was gonna die dread pink. They stole that joint. I had to cut I had one pink dread. I looked stupid now. Pink dreads with no, like, without a meaning. Then I took gloves, I gunned down. The whole world jumped on it. There's people before me. It teach you though. But that's why we got these podcasts is listening. Like y'all that bike lane. That's something proud to be that y'all had it. You feel me? That's something proud you should be proud of. Like because it's helping. Like I'm tired of people riding in the middle of the street, bro. Get on that bike lane, bro. Like
no, real rap. You know, I'm just sorry they supposed to give all the bicycles to the kids. And like data and research is important. You know, I didn't understand what I was doing. You know how they say I take a hotline and make it a hot song. That's pretty much what I ain't know what I was on. You know, I just felt just felt it like I just was the young boys playing football on the block, and then they got the wire like just hanging right down the cable wire, like. And then what I realized when I went in a certain like nice neighborhoods, I'm like, so how they don't got no wires? Like up on their block. So then it's like, so why is wires all over the place in the hood? Man, I did my research that them wires is giving people like cancer, like radiation, causing like, you know what I mean, autism. So you mean they can like not have the wires all up and down on our block? We can have wires not exposed. Just, you know, that wire be on your block for like three months. Everybody call the city to fix the wire and all that, and it's just still be there for a child to just get electrocuted and things of that nature. And then I found out that Comcast, since they got them wires all over, that Comcast, they owe the community get your stuff on cable. That's why they got those channels. You be like, why the old people stepping on all them little weird channels? Well, they call public access channels, and you can take your stuff with your box, and they got to play it because that's just the law, because that's what was the agreement of the reason why they can just wire all that stuff up and poison our community.
Crazy. But that's why we gotta start doing better in our own communities. Going to these, like I hear everybody be complaining about the communities or what they doing to the community, but they have stuff that we could go down there and got our say so. Everybody worrying about each other instead of worrying about what it's doing to each other. You feel me?
Yeah.
We gotta get down there. We gotta get to them meetings. We gotta get to them town hall meetings and all of that because, excuse me, white people going. But we hating what they doing for our neighborhoods when we not even down there, bro. Like,
yeah, cause it start with, you know, ownership. Like you like, since being as though that we rent a lot, you know what I mean, and that we don't own the property. A lot of the letters to the town hall meetings, not to saying that a resident can't go. I'm not saying that, but more likely to ensure you getting, cause you own the property, so you're entitled to know what's going on because you have ownership. So the issue is the more we get ownership, we can even understand that the meetings exist. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because the thing you mentioned about those people, for the most part, not saying all of them, but they own stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm glad, like with our program, like I said, with Penn and whatever, because we go out and collect the resources and bring it to your door. Like, we want you to start showing up, so we bring them to your door.
Okay. So. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. So before we get out here today, we're gonna definitely bring you back, man. We got a lot to talk about. We want to definitely get, you know, more into your career, but we just wanted to have a conversation and educating the people on the importance, you know, being a real gladiator, man, being a real warrior. Perseverance, like, you know, how can you take a loss and smile like it's a win? Like, do you really have the mentality to understand every loss is not a loss? Like, a loss is really a victory. Like, do you have that mind state and mentality? Like, that's very important, you know? I got somebody that it's like basically what you're saying. I got somebody that spent 45 years in jail that worked with me. His name is Ali. And like, he changed my outlook in life working with the 3 years, because like I just said, like you said, how you take that loss, I feel like I won. I don't feel like I lost. I'm doing podcasts, I'm getting paid to rumble, I'm doing everything I wasn't doing before this, so I don't feel like I lost. But what he told me was, if it rained right now, me and you walking down the street, bro, and it start pouring down rain, what's the first thing me and you think me and you gonna try to do? We don't got no umbrella or nothing. Yeah, run and get out the rain. Right, but Mr. Ali don't.
he spent 45 years in jail, so he ain't see rain in 45 years. So when I jump in my car and cause we work in the street, I'm like, get in the car, we gotta go. He's like, no, I'm gonna walk. Like, you crazy old man, no, he said, no, Elijah, you don't understand how much I appreciate this. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We look past stuff. We be like, oh, we don't got a Benz, I don't got this, I don't got that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we look past this stuff, but I got a bike, I got 2 legs. I could walk where I want to go.
No, that's
like,
no, and it's funny about those people that's doing all of time in jail, because you know, I do these documentaries, Philly Uncut, whatever like that, and it was this guy we had interviewed out like Fairmount Park, and then when it was over, I said, so you really did 50 years in jail for something you ain't do? He said, no, yeah, beloved, like, I really did 50 years. I said, dang, you ain't angry, you don't just want to bite the flesh out somebody that, like, you ain't so mad. And pretty much what the guy said to you, he said, I never thought I'd see a bird again.
mm-hmm.
Like, I never would have thought that would have been his answer. He said, I never thought I'd see a bird. He said, sometimes, you know, you travel and you just hear it, you just hear it, and you just imagining what this bird looked like. And it's like, you know, so many years I've been imagining it like a bird, and it's like I finally get to see a bird and it's beautiful. I'm like, what?
That's why I shut up and start listening, because like you saying, like, I complain about like I said, we complain about stuff that like it's really out of our, like, we could go and get. This nigga telling you certain things like rain. I could never thought I could smell the rain. So guess when it rain? Sometimes I might gotta walk in the rain because I don't know where I'm gonna be at. I don't know if I go to jail. You know, where we live in our neighborhood, you could go to jail. This isn't something else he explained to me. Like you just said about the old he did 50 years. Mm-hmm. Old had to stop me, like, yo, something happened at the school, and one of the parents, I seen a kid come up there with a gun. Like the kid was fighting, and the older one came with a gun, and I seen it. And I went red in my eyes, like, why would they come up to this old lady and the mom pressing them and all that? Mr. Ali had to grab me and say, Elijah, there's a lot of good people in jail too, because he seen my face. Like, I was ready to rock out for this principal because we got that relationship. But he said, no, let her handle it. You handle it across the street, you stopped them from rolling on them, and she was triggering the other people. You was able to go to the block and stop it. Now the parents and them at the school, let her do her job. Let's walk away, because there's a lot of people in jail, and we got to understand that. We got to be appreciated what we do. I appreciate walking up. I switch my goals to wanting the Benz, to wanting the big house and all that. It's to get in the house every day. It's to wake up every morning. Like, my goals is different, to make sure I kiss my son, my girl, reach out to my other son. The goals end up changing once you start to meet other people that didn't have none. Like, we just cry about, we make our life harder than what it's supposed to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, we really do. Like, and I'm listening to kids, they thinking they need all this stuff to be a man when you don't.
So, like, you know, the wrap it up today, how you get your name?
Walk them down?
Yeah, we gonna get right to it.
Boxing, walking, like I use, like we boxing, and then when you get tired, like, I don't know where I get this tank from. Like, right now I'm still not in shape, but when you start to breathe heavy, I was so, in 2019, I used to look at you and yell, walk them down, and so that, I didn't even name me. The crowd named me that because I always used to say it. They used to look at me like, walk them down. I'm like, not yet. And we just start rumbling. As soon as you get tired, everybody yell, walk them down. But that's where it came from. Everybody be thinking a different way. No, it was positivity. We came from off social media, and that's how it ended up being, getting tired. You feel me?
Yeah, so who your top 5 boxers right now that's boxing?
I don't watch boxing. Boots. Like, no, Cool Boy, Boots. My young boy Maj that just started. I only like Philly fighters, bro.
Hey, name him.
Yeah,
name him. Give him their love.
Maj, Boots.
Now, who is Maj?
Of course, Lil Maj, he from Fast Lane Boxing Gym. He fight on, I think, the 19th of April. Tap in, my little youngin. I love him.
You know it's like first and last name, or just Maj?
No, I don't even know Maj from Fast Lane right now.
Okay,
I gotta get better. I got better at this.
Okay.
Yeah, him, Cool Boy, me, my man Stay Living, and Chop. Like, yeah, we there.
Now, Chop, really, that's like from the Bull Cell.
See, y'all say, yeah. Shout out to Cell, because I be on that joint too. But y'all need to know, Chop been my little brother since Gloves Up, Guns Down. That's the first video that went viral on Gillian on page. We gotta get my man stuff. Like, 2019 been rocking with me, you feel me?
Yes,
Him and Stay Living. Stay Living was on that too. And they like the gang I come up with. Like they the boxer. If I had to bring 4 people, you'll definitely see Chop little bro. You feel me? That's like my little bro from Main Street. Like right now they mad at him for going. He was in my corner instead of V Hustle, you know, from Uptown, but that's really like my boy. So yeah, shout out to Cell, you know, Rumble in Bronx, Official Knuckle Up, all these platforms I've been in. And shout out, you know, we got a gym in Delaware, straight elite boxing gym. And shout out to No Gun Zone for helping me get here. Because like I said, without No Gun Zone, I don't really think this would be happening. I wouldn't be doing no podcasts and none of that. That man really got on my nerves until he switched me to social media.
Shout out. Anybody you want to call out? Anybody you looking forward to walking down?
Everybody in the city, who if you really think you can see me, come see me. I don't got no names. I want to see everybody. V Hustle, I'm looking for you again, Psych. No, I gotta keep giving him the shout out, bro.
Yeah.
I got he took the chant down, man. I got looking for V Hustle in this whole gym. 365. I'm coming at everybody in there, the trainers, the niggas that like no, it's all love.
No, it be like that.
Yeah. Underground boxing gym, underground boxing. I hope y'all look them up too. That's another person. That'll be a good interview with y'all because he going around.
And where can they find you at? Where can they follow you? Tap in, connect, get tickets, get merch. Like how can they?
Now,
you know.
Right now, just follow me on Walk 'em Down Lodge 2, and then I'm building the what is it? TikTok, the Twitch, and all that. I'm doing that now, y'all. I'm taking this serious. After this fight, I see how serious I gotta take it.
Yeah. So you know. So for the last thing, what advice would you have to a young up and coming fighter, or just a fighter period? But I hate to just focus on the youth. We all need love.
Fighters.
So just matter of fact. We always talk about the youth. A person that want to fight that's older, and not young and feel like they're not a boxer or they too old to box. Is everybody telling them they too old? Yeah, there you go.
Go work out. LeBron showing us real quick. Go work out and put that work in. We don't care what you used to be or what you did back in the day. Go put that work in. I'm seeing with LeBron. I'm seeing with Tyson. I'm seeing all these people, like, they put the work in. You feel me? So that's what you got to do. Don't listen to nobody. Because what Allah got for you, that's what you gonna see. So you go out. And what I learned, even with fighting, I can't really box that much. Is the heart. The heart mean everything. Like I said, in the first 2 rounds, if he would have took the heart in the surgery, he probably would have killed me. But it's just to see, take one, like, you see it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not over until it's over. That's basically, like, it ain't over until it's over, man.
All right, this is TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. Welcome down.
Thanks for having me.
Down.
Thanks for having me.
Mecca Care LLC. We give you an abundance of what you need. We know what you need. We can literally read your mind. Look at me, I'm staring right into your soul. We're gonna give you an abundance of it. Mecca Care LLC has been rated #1 in Pennsylvania for home care agency since 2020. They got the best pay, the best care, medical, dental, 401k. If you're located in Philadelphia County, Bucks County, Chester County, or Montgomery County, call today at
215-644-8341.
Oh, hello, is this Mecca Care? I just called the number that was here on the screen. This is crazy.